All right, so after Real Madrid's unsuccessful season, they just had, obviously, finishing second in the league, being knocked out of the Champions League and winning 0 trophies in the whole season, which is unacceptable for a team of the quality of Real Madrid. We're going to take them over here with Xabi Alonso, going into the new season with new transfers and obviously big name players. Now joining us, Trent Alexander-Arnold now in the team as well. Let's get into this team, get into this Chroma, rebuild this team and make it once again the best team in Spain. And obviously, here is the Real Madrid team we have at the start of this series. Before we bring in new signings, we do have Rodrigo, who's on the verge of leaving Real Madrid. He did not start their game against Osasuna, I believe it was an unused substitute on the bench and did not get any game time. And one player that I do want to start in the team over Ferland Mendy is Enquiries, as he is seemingly the new left back, taking over at Real Madrid. And obviously, Ferland Mendy will be a good backup player. Probably instead of Alaba on the bench here, we'll do that and have two fullbacks there for now. And obviously Dean Huijsen, a new signing. So does Santiago here as well. We don't have Nico Paz because in real life, I think Real Madrid are most likely going to bring him back because big teams are trying to sign him. Like the Spurs, Man United are linked with him currently to try and lure him away from Como, where he said he's happy. So we know how good Nico Paz can be from our Como, so as I did a few months ago on the channel, he's a great player in this game. As he will be a good backup player for us in this team. I might loan him up for season 1, because I think I want to do 2 seasons here. I want to win basically 2 Champions Leagues to basically reinstate Real Madrid at the top of world football once again after the poor season they've had recently. I created Gonzalo Garcia, added him into the game, the young Spanish striker, to be the backup striker alongside Endrick, to Mbappe. But as you can see by the team, we don't have any real backups down the wings. If we do sell Rodrigo, which I think is most likely something I'm going to do, we need to sign a right wing. We need to sign a backup right wing and a backup to Vinicius Jr. as well. Endrick, Massantuono, Brahim Diaz, and also Arda Güler can play down the wing, and that's something where we could use them. But I feel like I want out-and-out wingers, especially down the left, because all of these don't play down the left. They're all right-sided players, other than Brahim Diaz, who can play down the left, but I feel like I'd rather use them as they can in this team, or maybe as a rotation left wing as well at some point. Drop in the comments down below players you think we should sell in this team. Maybe we should move on Rudiger. He's still a great defender in this game, and bring in someone like Saliba from Arsenal to take over that position. And also we do have some great backup players in this squad. So drop in the comments on below page. You want to see a sign for this team. Let's get into this series. Alright, so quickly compiled a list of players we could sign for the right wing position for first team players, and obviously some backup players as well. You can see by the short list there. But in terms of first team wingers, I see Mo Salah playing probably his final season for Liverpool, because signing him and bringing him to Real Madrid, obviously still a great player of the game. Would be very expensive, but we do have the money to make this transfer happen. But probably be like our only big transfer, because we do have 100 million in the budget, but obviously we need to sell Rodrigo and maybe sell some players as well, like obviously let go of Lucas Vazquez, who left IRL, and some other players that we just don't need in the team. And also we do have Takefusa Kubo here, the Liga experience. Obviously could be a younger player we're bringing to the team and giving that big opportunity at Real Madrid. Obviously former Barcelona wonder kid. Would be a bit of a controversial transfer, but he would be a great player for us in the team. We have Elise, obviously former Crystal Palace player, doing incredible things over at Bayern Munich. Could be a great player for us down the right hand side. Obviously would be a very expensive transfer. We also have Francisco Trincao, who could either be a first team player, obviously former Barcelona wonder kid once again, obviously doing amazing things at Sporting in the past season, linking up with Gyökeres in that team. Obviously would be a great player for us, either as a backup right wing or a first team right wing player. Could be a great signing for us in this team. As we've got Phil Foden, we could bring him into the team to get him back to his best. As he was one of the best players 2 seasons ago. So last season didn't do the best at Man City. And is looking to return to his best in this campaign. We could bring him in to the team and bring back the best of Phil Foden in the squad, linking up with the likes of Bellingham and Trent Alexander-Arnold in the squad. We also have Bukayo Saka, obviously one of the best players in the Premier League, playing for Arsenal. Would be great for us, as we mentioned before. Very, very, very expensive transfer. He would be very expensive, obviously would be a fantastic player in the team. Now, in terms of backup players, like I mentioned, we've got Trincao, who could be a backup to the right one position. We've got Oscar Bob, who obviously looks very, very good against Bournemouth. So he was out with a massive injury for Man City last season, a very, very good young talented player. Now, I am hoping does get his big opportunity at Man City. It looks like he's going to this season. He's a very, very talented player who deserves to be a regular in a team, either as a substitute or a first-team player. He can do a great job and looked very, very good against Bournemouth for us in the first game of the season. Now, in terms of left-wing position, we have Yerome Pinho, obviously at Villarreal, a good young talent who could be a great backup player to Vinicius Jr. Or we could go Barrenechea, the Spanish left wing from Sociedad. Obviously 2 players with a Liga experience, 2 young talents, as you can see right here. Could be great players for us as backups to Vinicius Jr. So drop in the comments down below which of these first-team players we should sign for the right wing position when we do so, Rodrigo, and which backup player we should sign to back up, obviously, our new right wing, and also the left wing position for Vinicius Jr. Who should we sign in the comments down below? Let me know, and we'll make that transfer next episode. Alright, so as you can see, we have sold Rodrigo to a team that he could possibly be signing for IRL in Arsenal for 140 million, which is a massive amount of money for him. So a player that I didn't want to sell, but to keep it realistic, I thought we might as well sell him. We can sign him again in another career mode pretty soon. And we'll do in our next series, we could possibly sign him for a team that we do take over. But I can see Rodrigo's going to Arsenal. Fran Garcia, we are sold to Newcastle. They kind of match what they do in IRL. So Enquiries and Fernando are the first, two left backs in the team, and Fran Garcia, we know how good he can be from the Napoli series we just did. A fantastic player in this game, but I thought we might as well sell him to Newcastle as we don't need him in the team. Lucas Vazquez has gone to Marseille, Renier to Leicester, and we've loaned out a few young players. You can see we've got a few more loan players, or players to loan out that I'm looking to do. But with that money, we now have a lot of money to spend, and as you can see, we've got a transfer budget of 270 million. So, like I said, drop in the comments down below who we should sign from the shortlist. A few players have made moves, but also we still can sign them if they're not out on loan. Like Brian Shearer can sign for Marseille if you guys want him. Similar Pinho, who's moved to Man City, and also who else has moved? Oscar Bob has gone to Fiorentina. We still can sign these players. Obviously a bit more pricey than they were beforehand, but it is where it is. We have the money to do so. Obviously drop in the comments below, should we go big with a player like Mo Salah, a player like Elise, Foden or Saka, or sign someone like Kubo, Elise or Trincao for the right wing position? And who should be the backup to those players if we do sign them? Obviously, anyone else you think we should sign, let me know down below. With 270 million to spend, so a lot of money to spend, and get commenting down below. Players you want to see us use in this Real Madrid team. And for our first game of this series and season, we're going to take on Mallorca here away from home in our first game of this season. Get into this one, as you can see, due to selling Rodrigo, we're going to play all the good on the right hand side. I've used him there before in FC24 in the Inter Milan criminal, and was absolutely incredible in that position, so we're going to use him up until we do side of right wing next episode. For this episode, we do have 3 very easy games to start the season off. We're going to play 2 of them and sim one of them. Let's get into this one against Mallorca and hopefully start the season off with a big win away from home and not pick up a shock loss to a team that are most likely going to be in the relegation positions. The Napoli series, I put it on Italian, which was actually I kind of liked it being in the background, just having actual commentary from that league being on, as is Vinicius Jr. So this series shouldn't be the hardest. You know what I mean? Like, we've got one of the best teams in the game. It's Fede Valverde. Can hit the French. Fede Valverde, and we'll start off the season off with the best way possible. The captain, and Fede Valverde, scored a long shot like he's capable of doing at IRL. As he's still hard in celebration from him and does it himself. But Valverde scores it for us. And well, that's a very quick start to the series. I mean, it's Mallorca, I guess. It's not the best team in the Liga. It's definitely not one of the best teams, so we should get a fairly comfortable win here away from home and make a big statement that we're here to return to the top of the league. One thing you'll notice as well, I've updated all the squad numbers. So Mbappe is number 10, Endrick is number 9, Trent obviously is number 12, I believe, which was the number that obviously Marcelo wore, who will be in FC26 as a icon, I believe. A nice rated Mbappe. It's a big step up. Mbappe, dispossessed though. Trying to use his paces to get through. Defending there from Militao. Valverde. Bellingham right now is playing as a playmaker. Might switch him to a shadow striker because he can play that as well. Lovely play here. Vinicius is onside. Vinicius. And it's 2-0. And maybe in this series we can make Vinny Jr. a Ballon d'Or winner. Obviously, ain't going to win it this season. Didn't win it last time. That was Rodri that did win it. Deservedly so, in my opinion. And Vinicius. Here, the pass was actually originally meant for Bellingham, but then I saw Vinicius wide open. That was the play that I was thinking of. But I saw Vinicius in a good position and was onside. So I passed it to him, and he slots it in the back of the net to make it 2-0. And Mallorca here, well, there may be a destination that's good for holidays, but it's not going to be a holiday for them this game. It's going to be hell on earth, as we're going to look to make a massive statement to start the season off with. We should do. We've got Mallorca in our first game of the season. We need to get a big victory against them. This is even before we made any big signings as well, like signings we make in the series. You know what I mean? Like, obviously we've got Trent, Enquiries. Technically, all we've done right now is made the team worse by letting go of Rodrigo, but in a long run, we'll actually make it better. So we go Bellingham into Arda, Mbappe, yes, Mbappe, Bellingham, and Vinicius Jr. can cut it back, get a finesse shot with Vinicius. Denied by the keeper. Now Maika. So a couple of seasons ago was actually a fairly talked about player, was linked to a bunch of big Premier League teams. If I'm not mistaken, it's Bellingham. Puts it wide of the post. See it? Good challenge there by Fede Valverde. Now Mbappe. Played in over the top Mbappe. One touch, low driven shot, and Mbappe misses. I thought that was a guaranteed goal when I hit that. It's a good play by them. Into Gabriel Jesus. Oh, and it's played through Asano, who shoots, and Oblak. Why do I keep saying Oblak? They're former teammates at Atletico technically, but for some reason I keep saying Oblak's name. I'm not too sure why. Thibaut Courtois lets it in. He's beaten by the winger here. And I need to see this because he probably should have saved it. Yep, he should have done. Classic FC25 or FIFA in general. The best goalkeepers in the game, or not the best goalkeepers in the game. Alex Moret, who we used in our Napoli series, would have saved that in my opinion. Ardagula. Bellingham. What just happened? Oh, look, that from Mbappe. Could he shoot and score? No, he can't. And keep a good save. Much time for changes to be made. Ardagula has had a fairly quiet game. That's to be expected. Though he's playing out of position. It's Mbappe. Can he get to that? He does, and he chips it, but he can't poke it in. Like, who am I to think that when you win a header and win a challenge, you get to keep the ball? It's a bicycle kick by Gabriel Jesus is denied by Thibaut Courtois. And Trent. Massentuono. Mbappe. You've got to score if you don't want the media to be all over you. Mbappe. Can't get to it. Mayuka does, sorry. Endrick. Massentuono. That was meant for Endrick. Mbappe. Turns. Hits and scores. At the last kick of the game. Literally. The last opportunity, Mbappe scores similar to Salah in real life against Bournemouth. He didn't really perform the best in the game, but gets a goal in the end. And Mbappe in this game, see two big chances missed. The second one that he missed, fair enough, that was a hard finish. But the first one he should have scored. But he gets his goal here. With some lovely play. With Endrick with the assist, Mbappe spins the defender there, shoots, and buries it. A very Mbappe-like goal. Receives the ball to feet, sends the defender the wrong way. First of all, uses his pace, opens the angle, and blasts into the back of the net. And makes it 3-1 here and gets us our first 3 points of the season. No clean sheet, but 3 goals scored for us and a good performance all around. Let's get into our next game and hopefully perform well again in that one. I might make a few changes to that one. I might play Brahim Diaz at right wing instead of Ardagula, and maybe some other changes since we are playing a lesser team than us. But Valverde, the man of the match, he deserves it to be fair, played great. Mbappe up there as well. Bellingham, Vinicius, and also Ardagula did play good. He didn't really do much in terms of like statement moments, but overall he played a great game. And our next game is going to be up against newly promoted Real Oviedo. Let's get into this one with a slightly rotated team. As you can see, Brahim Diaz stand up right with Dean Huijsen and Andrew Vlunin in goal for this game. Don't want to give Vlunin a bunch of game time in lobby games, so he will be our backup goalkeeper in the second team. So we'll play a bunch of games there. Let's get into this one. I think I'm going to give Mbappe until half time to make his mark on this one, and then I'll bring on Gonçalo Garcia to make his debut, so what he can do in the team. Let's get into this one and hopefully get another big victory against newly promoted Real Oviedo. They do have Santiago Bernabeu in the camera. It's Trent as well defensively. I might give him the license to get forward more than I usually do with my fullbacks in career mode, because I tend to like them to stick back and actually defend. But with Trent, I might actually let him attack, because he can do so. Same with Enquiries, to be fair. But I feel like Trent has more license to do so. Well, Oviedo starting this game off on the front foot here. As Enquiries heads it out for a corner. That was meant to actually go back to Andrew Vlunin, but it's going to be a corner to them. Santiago Bernabeu, the Arsenal legend and Oviedo legend, obviously. And here they go on the attack. Shoots and thankfully misses. So Mbappe, obviously Mbappe knows he's got too hard time to make his mark on this one. And here he is, Mbappe. Finesse shot, Mbappe. Just wide of the post. Back in here to Elias. Dean Huijsen's going over to defend him. Player that should have won PFA Young Player of the Year, in my opinion, for the Premier League, but it's gone to Morgan Rogers, who's 23. I've always found it a bit weird, like 23-year-olds and 22-year-olds can win the Young Player of the Year award, because they're technically not that young of a player. You know what I mean? It should be 17 to 21 or 16 to 21. It should have either been Lewis Skelly or Dean Huijsen, in my opinion. Bellingham looking for that run of Mbappe. Mbappe cannot win the header. Costa says it clear. And when they're going to hopefully give us a free kick here to take, with Trent Alexander-Arnold now on them, the number 12. And Mbappe with 30 minutes left. He's not done much in this one other than missing an opportunity. Trent Alexander-Arnold from this free kick. I'm not too sure I'd like this is to go in, but if it does, it will be insane. Trent. I just hit that and hoped. I didn't think that was going to go in. Not maybe the best free kick I've scored in this game. And I've scored some great ones with like De Bruyne and Messi. And a lot in Ultimate Team. But that's such a nice free kick. I didn't really see it in real time because it was super fast. But the shot was hit with real pace, as you can see by the bulge of the net. But Trent just shrugs it off like he does it on a regular, which he does, to be fair. But Trent makes it 1-0 here with a fantastic free kick, one that Santiago Bernabeu would have been proud of in his Arsenal days. We take the lead here, and Trent's had a great game defensively, and now has scored a goal.
He's had the previous of Real Madrid that he has to play the lead in the squad.
Mbappe to Brahim Diaz, and Brahim makes it 2. A play that I'm not going to overlook, a play that I'm not going to disrespect in this squad. Technically, no, it should be Alonso as a manager because I made him in the game, but in real life, Brahim Diaz is a player that doesn't get respected a lot at Real Madrid. It's kind of just there, in my opinion, for them. Like, he should be a mainstay player for them, one of the most important players in the squad. He's got the ability to be one of the best players in the world and best players in the league. Brahim Diaz, since his days at Man City, was incredible, and at AC Milan was great and was respected at AC Milan. Going to Real Madrid for him, I think, was kind of a mistake. Obviously, was there to replace the likes of Isco, who left at the time and stuff like that. But Brahim Diaz, I think, should have stayed in Milan or just gone not to Real Madrid. But if he does get the opportunity to go back to AC Milan, I wouldn't mind that, because they would actually respect him like they did before, hopefully. And I've seen a bunch of AC Milan fans actually talk about him and said I would like him back. There's Mbappe. Can we make it 3-0 fairly quickly? Mbappe. Bring out the skill assist defenders, not looking to fall for them, though. So that's going to be no free kick, okay? Oh no. Blocked, and Dean Huijsen can get it out just before the half-time break to keep us ahead in this one. There he is, Gonzalo. He turns, he hits it, and he's denied by the keeper. With a free kick in that position. It's a great pass through to Vinyas, who shoots. And Lunin concedes the same as Courtois, literally. There's that same goal pretty much, near post, across him. And it's 2-1. I mean, to be fair, Lunin's had nothing to do in this one, so that's the first thing he's had to do. It's had a very quiet afternoon. Vinicius. Gonzalo Garcia. And Gonzalo scores. I don't care if it's a kick-off goal. For Gonzalo Garcia, I'll take those goals every day of the week. And the young talent here makes a statement. He scores after coming on in, less time than Mbappe was on the pitch. He gets a goal and shows that he could be a great backup striker for us alongside Endrick in the squad. I do want to give him the opportunity this season. Yeah, I want him to be my main backup striker. Endrick can play on the wing, can play striker, and Garcia will get a bunch of opportunities as well. But right now, Gonzalo Garcia is the main guy for me, as well as Endrick. They're going to be fairly even, basically. I don't want to favour one of them more than the other, but Garcia is the new young talent in the squad. Brahim into Masantuono, young Argentinian. Sends it through into Gonzalo Garcia for a brace, and Garcia gets a brace. Well, Mbappe will be looking on, hopefully, with a smile that, Gonzalo Garcia is doing great, but Mbappe didn't score against Oviedo in 45 minutes, and Garcia scored 2. Masantuono with the assist there. That's a great play from him. And Gonzalo Garcia is on for a hat-trick with the final 9 or so minutes of this game to play. Mendy. Brahim Diaz. We could get him the hat-trick. Gonzalo Garcia. He's going to be unselfish, so he's going to play it through to Endrick, who scores. And it's an absolute thrashing here of Oviedo. I could have shot with Garcia and tried to score, but I thought, you know what? We'll give Endrick the ball and he will score. The number 9, the new number 9 for Real Madrid. I see big shoes to fill from players that have won that number in the past, like Varane, Ronaldo, Benzema, I believe, wore it. Yeah, he did win it, wore it. And Endrick here scores to make it 5-1. But the keeper made his debut in this game. And well, he won't be looking back on this one too fondly because he conceded 5 goals. And that's going to be the end of the game. It's going to be a 5-1 victory, 4 goals ahead of them for us. We should have to see. Obviously, conceding wasn't great, but other than that, Andrew Vlina had nothing to do. That's actually the only save he had to make in this game, and he didn't make it. But it is what it is. We go 2 for 2. And I think I play the final game of the episode? I was going to sim the game against Elche, but possession was 50-50. That's actually rare to see, that the possession is actually equal. But I can stick on shot. I got to see in 45 minutes with a man of the match award. Trent with an incredible free kick and was great defensively. Ferdinand Mendy came on and was Ferdinand Mendy at left back was incredible for us. Brahim and Masson were doing great as well. And overall, it was a great game from this team. And that free kick from Trent was great. And Gonzalo, I got to see it with a brace. You have to see it. Alright, so we will play the final game of the episode before deadline day against Elche here away from home. And because I want to try for this one, Trent Alexander is going to be playing as a wing back in this team. Camavinga is going to stop. Brahim Diaz on the right again. Let's get into this one and hopefully get a big win over Elche, who should be the hardest team we've faced in this series so far. So they're currently 8th in the table, and are a team that usually finish around the mid-table position. Let's get into this one and hopefully go 3 for 3 in this episode. Obviously getting the first start of the season. Vinicius, free to Mbappe. Trying to open up the shot, but the defenders have done well there to read that Mbappe. Bellingham needs to get out of the way there. Not too sure why he's running into Mbappe there instead of staying on the edge, waiting for the pass. Might as well leave it on Militao. Lovely play, Mbappe. Now to use his pace to get in behind Elche defence. Mbappe. Can he make it 1-0? Mbappe is still a force of Vinicius. Couldn't really get the shot away there. Mbappe should have scored though. Gotta say Mbappe is not at the start that I thought he would do. Here's Brahim Diaz. He's not played bad, he's just got a little bit unlucky as Trent. To be more attacking than Trent. Can maybe score, but it's going to be a good save by the keeper. Every time, man, it's always deflected back to them. Dean Huijsen wins it back. Love that from him. And well, here they come, looking for a goal, looking to put his window down, and Courtois makes a save. He should have caught that. That's one thing I keep saying it in my videos, but in FC26, goalkeepers should catch stuff like that. I've seen it in the beta. When I was playing it, they were catching more shots, especially the ones in the air that they usually parry out for corners and stuff like that. But Dean Huijsen, great defending. And how have they got the ball back again this game, man? There we go. Oh, what the hell? Thank you, Courtois. But doing well. Mbappe. Let's make it 1-0. Mbappe this time. He hits it straight at the keeper. Mbappe can get to the second one. He can do, but it's saved again. Out wide. Brahim. To Bellingham. And Bellingham has the ability to hit them, and Bellingham just wide of the post. Vinicius, he's had a quiet game as well, to be fair. Ball in, Mbappe, can he win the header? Mbappe does so, but the keeper again denies him. I feel like ball rolls these days are useless, man. They should actually take the ball away from defenders, but these days you just roll it into defenders. When he tried them, Mbappe, can he get the assist to the Brahim Diaz goal? He can't because Brahim puts it wide. Instant impact making an interception there. Tchouameni, Garcia. Can he make an instant impact himself? Gonzalo Garcia going through. When we can hit them. But second, this man, Gula. Can we work the finesse? Arda. Asentuono. There's not really any room here. Gula now. Drills it in. Endrick first time, no, second time, hits it. And makes it 1-0. An instant impact from Endrick off the bench. Gets his second goal of the season. And puts us ahead against Elche. Defended well in this game, to be fair. We've been unlucky not to score. You know, Mbappe should have scored earlier. Brahim should have scored. But we get a goal here with Arda Güler getting the assist. Drills it into Endrick, who takes the touch, opens the shot, and slots it in the bottom corner to make it 1-0 here to us. Well, it's a start of the season. You know, players are still developing into their positions and their roles, etc., and getting fit again into the new season. So we're going to struggle a little bit against some teams, but see, next episode we have some big challenges that we will face. We're going to face Barca and Atletico Madrid, guaranteed in that episode. So that'll be our biggest test yet. Obviously, after we make some big signings in the next episode. So it's only 1-0 here, so we need to be careful. Speaking of being careful, there's Militao, great defender from him. That's a great pass by Garcia. Endrick. To short the game, Endrick gets a brace. and shows that he's going to on in number 9 and play incredible for us this season. Right now he's playing out of position as a left wing with no roles or anything, no pluses in that position, and he's scored 2 goals there for us. So maybe Hendrick, could be a backup left wing for us in this team as well. So we do want to sign an out-and-out left wing player who can do that position and play that role in the team. That would either be like Baron Shea or Jeremy Pino, depending on who you guys choose between down below. But Hendrick does well. I was thinking about the passing to Garcia, but I thought, you know what? Let's just play it safe and shoot with Hendrick. And he makes it 2-0. And Mbappe in 2 games now has put up a blank. And he should have scored, to be fair, in both games, but the keeper's made some great saves against him. And Hendrick and Garcia have performed where he hasn't so far. We're just hoping it's a matter of time for Mbappe to really get going in the series. I mean, to be fair, usually, we struggle with strikers at the start of a series most of the time, unless it's like Chris Wood in the Forest series. He was great at the start. Garcia. We could get a hat-trick here. Hendrick is going to get the hat-trick. Hendrick's here to prove a point this season. Last season, obviously, it was not really used by Carlo Ancelotti, but under Xabi Alonso here, is looking to prove that he should be a player that plays at Real Madrid, and I don't need to loan him out or sell him. And Gonzalo Garcia, that's a great pass by him. And Hendrick got a hat-trick in 45 minutes, or was it 40? No, it was in 30 minutes. He came on at the 60th minute mark and bags a hat-trick for himself. And what a performance that's been from Hendrick in this episode. In the last game he played great, in this one he played incredible. And it's a 3-0 win over Elche, courtesy of our substitutes, and obviously in terms of Hendrick, who got the goals. But overall the team played great, and we were looking at the score in the first half. Mbappe should have scored, Brahim Diaz should have scored, but we didn't do so. We get the win in the end. That's all that matters. Alright, so that's going to call it for the end of today's episode. So we've got 306 million to spend on new transfers next episode. Drop in the comments down below who you think we should sign for this team. Either the players or the shortlist to offer players that you think we should buy to improve this team, either as backup players or first team players. As I mentioned, we need a first team right wing and some backup players for those positions. The team's played great in today's episode. And in terms of the stats of the players, I'll show you real quickly how they are starting currently. As you'll see, by the best player we currently have so far is surprisingly Hendrick with 4 goals and 1 assist. And you can see Jude Bellingham up there as well. We've got Gonzalo Garcia with 2 goals and 3 assists in 2 games. He's been very, very impressive. And Mbappe, only 2 goal contributions so far, but obviously he will get better as the series goes along. In terms of assists, Gonzalo Garcia up there right now, ahead of Mbappe, ahead of Arda Güler and Jude Bellingham, and Masson Tuerner's doing decent as well. But like I said, that's the look out for this one. If you're going to enjoy it, drop a like and subscribe, and obviously turn notifications to miss any content. Check out the Napoli series we just did on the channel. There should be a playlist on your screen right now, and all the other criminals I've done on the channel. If you want to check this out, further to do so. As always, thank you for watching, and goodbye.